All right, so today's class is titled Trials, a Test, or Takeover. All right, Trials, a Test, or Takeover. So in this truth, we know trials are going to come, and it's either to test you and you pass the test, or it is to take over you, you fail the test, and you leave. Or you don't get what you're supposed to get out of the test or out of the trial, shall I say. Everybody understand that?
Sir.
All right? Because when you take a test, you should get something from it. You should obtain a certain level of knowledge or understanding or wisdom. That's the point of the test, to see where you at. It's to see if you are retaining knowledge. If you fail the test, which is fine, as long as you get back up, that's good as well. But what you don't want to do is let that failure take over you to the point where you leave the body, you leave the truth, you leave whatever it is that you're doing. All right? So, I got my bishop on this morning. Write these down. It says, a trial is given to examine if you are ready for the next level. All right? A trial is given to examine if you are ready for the next level. All right, when you read about all of our forefathers, all of our foremothers, before they obtained the next level, they all had to go through things, which we'll hit on a few throughout the class today. The next one, a test is only given when a student is ready to pass the test. All right, a test is only given when the student is ready to pass the test. A lot of us been in school. A lot of us showed up in class. You taking a test, and you ain't know what the hell was going on. But the teacher gave you, did the teacher go over the material? 9 times out of 10, sometimes they didn't. If you had a bad teacher, sometimes they didn't. But 9 times out of 10, the teacher gonna say, well, we went over this on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You didn't do your homework on Thursday? Well, that's your fault. All the Thursday homework was what I tested you on today. So, a test is only given when a student is ready to pass the test. The next one, a trial is an open book examination of your faith. All right, a trial is an open book examination of your faith. When you go through trials, the Lord don't separate you from everybody. You still got your brothers, you still got your sisters, you still got your counselors, you still got the body. But it's going to question your faith. Are you going to run to what you want to resort to, or are you going to resort to the Most High? So that's why I said it's an open book examination of your faith. And last one, trials are necessary checkups to know if you love God or his rewards. Trials are a necessary checkup to know if you love God or his rewards. I give you an example. How many of y'all ever had a Costco or what's the other place? Sam's car. How many of y'all had a Costco, Sam's, BJ's car? One of those three. Okay, good. So once you pay the price for the year, right? You good, right? You get to shop there, right? What happens the next year? What you got to do? You got to renew. That's that trial that we have throughout our life. The Most High got to renew. He got to make sure you still invested. Because when things are going good, everybody love the Most High. Everybody love the Most High when things going good. You love that Sam's card when you ain't got to pay nothing. You like, yeah, man, you with the Sam's? They got a sale going on. You know, BJ's got some stuff going on, too. You want to use my card? You can take my card. But then you got to pay that $50. You like, ooh, do I want to renew? Or is Walmart good? I think I'm just going to go to Walmart. So, it is a necessary checkup to know if you love God or just the rewards. Go to Sirach 11. Sirach chapter 11.
Bring it out.
And verse 20. And start at 24.
Yes, sir. The book of Sirach.
Matter of fact, start at 21.
Yes, sir. The book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 11 and verse 21. Marvel not at the works of sinners.
Don't marvel at the works of sinners. Don't marvel at the works of sinners. Why? Because all the stuff that they do on this earth, they love by the world. The money, the riches, the houses, the cars, the status, all of that stuff is not. Read.
But trust in the Lord.
But do what?
Trust in the Lord.
Read.
And abide in thy labor.
Uh-huh.
For it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord, on the sudden, to make a poor man rich.
Read.
The blessing of the Lord is in the reward of the godly.
The blessing of the Lord is in the reward of the godly. Read.
And suddenly he maketh his blessing to flourish.
Uh-huh.
Say not, what profit is there of my service?
Don't say, what profit is it of me being in this truth? What am I gaining by showing up every Sabbath? What am I gaining by not wearing pants? What am I gaining by putting fringes on my garments? Read.
And what good things shall I have hereafter?
Right. That's just the rewards. Read.
Again, say not, I have enough.
Uh-huh.
And possess many things.
Uh-huh.
And what evil can come to me hereafter?
Read.
In the day of prosperity.
In the day of prosperity.
There is a forgetfulness of affliction.
When things are going good, you forget what it feels like to be hungry. When you got enough money to go, you stopping at every fast food restaurant on the way home. You like, I'm gonna get me some fries from Checkers. I'm gonna get me a burger from Burger King. You know what? I think I'm gonna get me a McFlurry from McDonald's. When things are going good, you forget the bad times. You forget the bad times. Read.
And in the day of affliction.
And in the day of affliction.
There is no more remembrance of prosperity.
There's no more remembrance of prosperity. When things are going bad, you forget how good the Most High done made it for you at times. You forget everything the Most High has done. You like, why me? All that stuff. You don't forget about all the other things. You forget the house you in, the car you in, the clothes you got on. You forget about all that. You just like, woe is me. Read.
Verse 26.
Uh-huh.
For it is an easy thing.
For it's an easy thing.
Unto the Lord.
Uh-huh.
In the day of death. To reward a man according to his ways.
Read.
The affliction of an hour.
The affliction of an hour. Read.
Maketh a man forget pleasure.
You see that? The Lord say, I can jack up everything. You will forget about all your pleasure in an hour. That's how fast he can change things, either up or down. That's why you got to stay steadfast in this truth. Read.
And in his end, his deeds shall be discovered.
And in his end, his deeds shall be discovered. But the point was, in prosperity, there's a forgetfulness.
Verse 25. In the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction.
When things are going good, we forget the bad. Read.
And in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity.
And when things are going bad, you forget the good. So we always got to keep our mind focused. Give me Proverbs 30 and 8. Who were Proverbs again? Was Solomon or David? Solomon. So this is why Solomon said this in Proverbs 30.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 30 and verse 8. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty.
Solomon said, give me neither poverty
nor riches.
Nor riches. He said, I don't want to be poor. I don't want to be rich. Why?
Feed me with food convenient for me.
He said, make sure I got what's enough for me. Why?
Lest I be full.
Lest I be full.
And deny thee.
And deny thee.
And say, who is the Lord?
Read.
Or lest I be poor.
Or if I'm poor, read.
And steal.
And steal and do what?
And take the name of my God in vain.
Or I steal and I break the commandments. That's what it means to take the Lord's name in vain. When you steal, when you break the commandments. You're not saying God or Jesus. That's not taking the Lord's name in vain. It's when you break the commandments. His name is the word of God. Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
So, back to the topic. Trials, a test, or takeover. Sirach 40 and 1. Sirach chapter 40 and verse 1. The one thing that we must understand is trials are inevitable. I don't care how good you try to set up your life, how perfect you are. How perfect was Christ? Christ was sinless. So he had no reason to ever have anything bad happen to him. Correct?
Sir.
Sin is why things happen to us. All of us have to pay for our sins throughout our lives. That's why bad things happen to us. But Christ didn't do nothing to nobody. And he had to give up his life. Ridiculed, persecuted, crucified. So if he had to go through stuff, what are we going to have to go through? We're going to have to go through it. So read that.
The book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 40 and verse 1. Great travail.
What?
Great travail.
Some travail?
Great travail.
Great travail is what?
Is created for every man.
Great travail is created for every man. Read.
And heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam. From the day that they go out of their mother's womb.
From the day you born. Read.
Till the day that they return to the mother of all things.
To the day you die. So from birth to death, it is a constant battle. It is a constant battle. But depending on how you look upon that battle, your mindset is how it will affect you. Some of us look at it, what they say, half glass full, right? Some people look at it, half glass empty. Some people just happy you got a glass. It's your mindset. It's all in your mindset. From there, read verse 2.
Verse 2.
No, I don't want to. From there, go to 1 Peter 4 and 12. 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 12. So the first thing you must understand is trials are going to happen. Trials are going to happen. Regardless of what you do, they are going to come. So the wise thing to do is to do what? What do you think the wise thing to do knowing that trials are going to come, y'all? Prepare. There you go. Get your mind right.
You ain't lying.
Get your mind ready. Get built up in the word of God so when it comes, you got some armor. You got some shields. You got some weapons so you can defend yourself. Read that.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 4 and verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you.
Read it again.
Beloved, think it not strange.
Don't think it's strange when y'all going through different things in this truth. Don't think it's strange when you come in and your wife don't want to take off the pants. Brothers, how many of y'all wives took off the pants the second you told her? Raise your hand. 1, 2. Okay. Raise your hand if you're married. Wow. Y'all see that? That's how many brothers had to deal with it. That's how many brothers had to deal with the first time you told her to do like, okay. Yeah, that's I'll see. I'll see. Right, I gotta see. Well, what I'm gonna wear? A dress or a skirt? I don't know about a dress. What? Right. So don't think it's strange, and it may not be pants. It may be your job. It may be your job. You may made all your money on Saturday. All your money was on the Sabbath. And you like, I can't do what? Yeah, nah. Where Eleazar at? He outside. Eleazar a barber, right? Most people in the world, what day is the biggest day for barbers?
Saturday.
Saturday, right? How many of y'all brothers get a haircut on Saturday? Nobody. You make up in your mind that that's the only day you can make money. Meanwhile, people pay more money than if I can come during the week and it ain't no line, I'm good.
Right.
But you trick yourself to say, I can't do it. My whole career is finished. No, that's not the case. And it's a whole other plethora of examples we can use. So all of us have different things, different bridges that we have to cross in this truth. So read that again.
Beloved, thinking not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you.
Which is to try you. Read.
As though some strange thing happened unto you.
Right. You come to the office over you, bruh, you won't believe this. Blah, blah, blah. You like, yeah? Yeah, I went through the same thing. Welcome to the club. You like, yeah? Yeah. Oh, cool. And you keep it moving. It ain't strange. I told my parents, and then we got in a big argument and all this. I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, yeah? Welcome to the club. Everybody dealt with the same exact thing. Yeah, man. And then they told me that I can't do this. And I told her it was Jeremiah chapter 10 and we can't celebrate Christmas. And, okay. Come on. Ooh, what else you got? So don't think it's strange. Go ahead, Cal. Yeah, you good. You good. Bring it out. It's a group class.
Then they put you out.
Right. And then we say, look, the first thing we tell y'all when y'all coming to the truth, hey, listen, learn. Don't go teach the first week you come in here. Learn the Bible. If you a teenager, don't go tell your mama she the devil because she got on pants and she the one paying the rent. Come on. That's not smart. That's not smart. Don't tell your daddy he's serving white Jesus and he going to hell when he the one that give you the job that you go to work to every day. That's not bright. You don't have no discretion. With all that wisdom, get what? Understanding. You got to have understanding. Don't go to the job and tell your boss, hey, Esau, you the goddamn devil. Don't go do that. Don't do that.
Read that verse. Be my slave in the kingdom.
Right. Damn. Now you, hey, Cap, I need some help from the body. What happened? Oh, man, persecution on the job, bruh. For the Lord's sake, bro, they fired me. Damn. Oh, yeah? What happened? Man, I don't even want to. I can't even, man. It's disgraceful. But don't do that. Read that verse one more time.
Yes, sir. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you.
As though something strange happened unto you. Because the trials must come. The trials must come. For the Most High to see if you really want to be patient, he got to give you situations to be patient. For the Most High to see if you overcome lust, he got to send that woman in the DM to see if you overcome lust. For him to see if you ain't covetous no more, he got to give you a big check and see if you're going to do what you're supposed to do with the money. Those trials have to come to see if you really about what you're talking about. If not, how you going to prove anything to the Most High? Everybody say they ain't got a certain spirit until it's presented to them. Like Bishop always tell this story. There was a brother in the congregation. I'm going to do this when I get some money. I'm going to do that if I win the lotto. Brother win the lotto. He gone. Bruh. He literally won the lotto. Come back 3 years later to the body. Broke as a joke. Yeah, I'm sorry, brothers. I spent all the money. Yep. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. So, why should we not be surprised when trials come? I want to hear somebody stand up and give me an answer. Why should we not be surprised when trials come?
Yes, Captain. The trials are actually set forth because I've been experiencing a lot of trials. And he actually puts it right. I'm a truck driver.
Right.
He puts them stumbling blocks where I could see him.
Right.
And if I'm riding down the road and I go, damn it, that heathen right there. God is like, excuse me? That's your brother right there. How could I judge?
Right.
You see, but he is putting, I was thinking, is he going against me? But I looked up in the sky, and he's trying to see how strong I am.
Right.
He's going to send those little traps in my way, and I just go around on them stumbling blocks. It's just going to make me stronger by faith and following his laws and commandments.
Right.
That's what he's doing.
All praise. I like that.
Yes,
Let me hear somebody else. What else we got?
Shalom, leadership.
Shalom.
I would say the trials come from because you're in the land of your captivity.
Okay.
So
that's
they're
correct.
Make trials for you anyway. No
okay.
matter what you do.
I like that. Hey, shalom.
Shalom. We still under the trials because God is the Most High is testing us. He's chastising us.
Okay.
We're still technically under the curses.
Right. Okay. So
that's pretty much
I like that. I take one more, and then I'm gonna give y'all how we know for a fact trials are going to come. Go ahead.
Shalom. I would say we've been given warning through the word.
I like that, through the word. So through what?
Through God's laws.
Through God's laws, but through what? How do we know we're going to go through trials?
Yeah, prophecies, the prophets coming out teaching us.
You got it 98%. So, when you read the Bible, right, which one of our forefathers did not go through anything? Huh? Who are we? Who are we today? So if our forefathers went through trials, what the hell you think we going to do? We going to go through the same thing. Romans 15:4. We must go through the same thing. That's what it is. None of our forefathers got to where they at and everything was Gucci the whole time. They just lived on a ranch, had a wife, had a dog, and life was just good. Every year the harvest was good and just kept it moving. No, that ain't what we read. Read that.
The book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime.
For whatsoever thing were written aforetime, read.
Were written for our learning.
It was written for our learning. It was written for our learning. That's why when you can read about King David going through all the stuff that he went through. Adultery, killing a man, having to bounce back. You can look at that and say, okay, good. This is what I need to do. You look at Solomon, 700 wives, splitting up the kingdom. You can look at that and say, okay, that's how I bounce back. You can look at Moses having to go against Pharaoh and leave everything that he had, his status, and you can say, okay, that's how I bounce back. You can look at Paul having status, a man of stature, riches, gave it all up. Okay, that's how I can apply that to my life. Everything's written for us to take from and learn from. It's not just words on a paper. Myself, I love reading books. As a child, I used to read biographies all the time. I wanted to be an athlete. So I would read all the athlete biographies in the book. Any of y'all had AR reading growing up? Right? I love to go take the test. I knew every answer. Do my AR test. But you will read about them. So guess what? Okay, this is what he went through. This is what he went through. So when I get to that level, that's what I'm going to have to go through. That's what we got to do with the scriptures. You got to apply yourself and line yourself up with the prophets. Read that again.
Yes, sir. Whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Read.
That we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
We might have hope. Because when you look at the scriptures, you see a common theme. You see a common theme. And now they call it the arc of a hero. All right? A situation arises. They go through it. They think they're going to overcome it. They don't. They get stronger. Then they face the issue, and they overcome it. They get that from the story of the Israelites. Y'all understand that, right? What happens? We in captivity. We send a deliverer. It don't work. He got to go 10 times before Pharaoh leaves. While he leaves, guess what? The enemy comes again. Pharaoh tried to come chase him. The Most High defeat him again. Now we out of captivity. Now what? Everything's good, right? Nope. How many years we in the wilderness? 40 years. Right? You ever seen a movie and you like, oh man, it's over with. And then what happened? Something else happened. You like, damn, I thought it was over. Right. You come through the Red Sea, you like, boy, we good. We in there. Nope. Got to kill everybody off. Like, damn. I thought we was good. Nah, he said, none of this generation ain't making it in. I'll wait for the next generation. They get that from our scriptures. They get that from our history. Read it one more time.
Yes, sir. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
Might have hope. Sirach 2:10.
The book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 10. Look at the generations of old.
Do what?
Look at the generations of old.
How do we look at the generations of old? Huh? Reading the Bible. Look at the generations of old. How will we know Moses if we didn't have the scriptures? How will we know Abraham? How will we know Christ? How will we know Jeremiah, Ezekiel? How will we know if we didn't look? That's why I say seek you out of the book of the Lord and what?
Read.
Read it. That's how your faith get built up. Read it again.
Look at the generations of old
Uh-huh.
and see, did ever any trust in the Lord
Did ever anybody trust in the Lord? Read.
and was confounded?
And was confounded? Do we see that? No, we don't. Everybody that trusts in the Lord got their just reward. Read.
Or did any abide in his fear
Or did anybody ever abide in his fear? Read.
and was forsaken?
And was forsaken? Read.
Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
So that's what we got to do. When we get these trials presented before us, we got to say, well, hell, Moses had to do this. Jeremiah was put in prison. Job lost everything. Joseph was thrown in a pit. We got endless examples. Many different examples of men and women who called upon the Lord when trials were presented before them. And every single time, we see the Lord showed up. So how are we now in 2025 with all this history? We got AI to show us. We got the Bible to show us. We got videos to show us. And now we ain't got no faith. The second a trial or tribulation come, we want to run. Go ahead, Cap. You have something?
Well, it's because, like what we're doing right now, and what we've been taught to do, this ain't how we grew up. We didn't grow up actually sitting down reading the Bible, having somebody teach us these examples that you're going through. You go into Maccabees, where his father, Mattathias, was teaching his sons by exhorting them through these same examples that you're going over.
Hey, Cap, can I get one?
Yeah, bring it
Hey,
out.
go to Judah chapter 8, verse 26.
Any verse but that one. No, I'm just playing.
Oh, you got that?
Nah, I ain't got it. I
Okay,
ain't got it. I'm
I'll
messing with you.
Hey, Judah 8, 26 and 27, because like Cap said, usually in the world, when we thought about the Bible, we thought it was just a, good book, with poems and, good stories. But the Bible is actually a book that shows you how to govern through this life, like what Cap's saying, when you're going through those things, right? Read that.
This is the book of Judah, chapter 8, verse 26 in the Apocrypha. Remember what things he did to Abraham.
Right, so Cap is going through the various forefathers and foremothers who went through their trials, right? Go ahead.
And how he tried Isaac.
And he tried Isaac. Read on.
And what happened to Jacob in Mesopotamia.
Right, so these are Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers that we read about, right? And we read about plenty more. Read on.
And what happened to Jacob in Mesopotamia of Syria. When he kept the sheep of Laban, his mother's brother.
Read on.
For he have not tried us in the fire, as he did them.
Can you read that part one more time? Hey, and guess what? This is one of the main scriptures I think about. Whenever I'm going through a trial, I'm like, bro, I'm not going through half of what my forefathers went through. Which of us is got chains on and shackles on our feet right now? Who's going through that? We get a little affliction on the job, bills or whatnot. We're not going through half of the stuff that our forefathers went through. All right, go ahead.
Verse 27. For he have not tried us in the fire,
Read on.
as he did them, for the examination of their hearts.
Right, and when you go through the trial, it's to examine what's in your heart, what's in your mind, because a lot of us may think that, you know what, I'm pretty strong in the Lord. My faith is strong until you go through that trial. And the Lord is like, you know what, I'm going to show you where you really stand. How could you ever get to a certain level if you never go through a failure, if you never go through a trial? So you have to be battle tested so that you can continue to endure. All right.
Neither hath he taken vengeance on us, but the Lord doth scourge them that come near unto him.
Right.
To admonish them.
Right. To admonish. So that word admonish goes into to exhort them. You got to see where you at in this walk so that you can continue to improve on those things that you're lacking in. And the Lord shows you that through the trials. All right.
Fire. So, play that video number 2. Play video number 2.
Asked for strength. And God gave me difficulties to make me strong. I asked for wisdom. And God gave me problems to solve. I asked for courage. And God gave me dangers to overcome. I asked for love. And God gave me troubled people to help. My prayers were answered.
When you praying for certain things, it's answered, but not the way you want.
Right.
When you pray for, Lord, I pray for patience. Oh, I pray for patience. And then we give you, the officers know, we give you new brother number 1. And new brother number 1 call you every day, 3 times a day, asking the same questions. It's like new brother number one. This ain't what I asked when I asked for patience. I said I wanted patience, not to deal with this. Do y'all get the point?
Yes, sir.
Some of y'all ask for money. You're like, Lord, just give me the promotion. And you get fired. You're like, I ain't asked to get fired. I asked for a promotion. Well, guess what? You got to leave this position to get the next position. Y'all understand that? Some of us ask for strength. And then the Lord give you a free membership to the gym. And you say, what? I wanted strength. I didn't want to go to the gym. Right? So understand, your prayers are being answered, but not in the way you want it to be. Y'all understand that? Everything, the Most High don't do all the work for you. He lets you do the work, but he'll put you in a position to make it happen. And if you don't get put in that position, it's not going to happen. Remember, Christ cried out. He said, Lord, if it be thy will, take the cup from me. The Lord said, no, you good. You got it, boss. You the son of God, right? He said, yeah, I am. I am. He did it. He made it happen. Got to go through the trials. Got to go through the trials.
Hey, Cap, remember, Paul asked for strength.
There you go. Yep, that's a
And the
prime
Lord
example.
said, my grace is sufficient for you.
Yep.
Was you going to go to Psalm 37?
Yeah, later.
Okay, all right, good.
But hey, I want that example you just brought out about Paul. Let's get that. Let's get that.
2 Corinthians.
Yep, 2 Corinthians 12, right?
Yep.
2 Corinthians 12 and start at 7. We're going to read down. Matter of fact, let's start at 2. We got time.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 12 and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
I knew a man in Christ above 14 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Whether in the body, I cannot tell.
Uh-huh.
Or whether out of the body, I cannot tell.
Read.
God knoweth.
Uh-huh.
Such in one, caught up to the third heaven.
So Paul is speaking about himself. He was caught up to the third heaven. When you read in Acts, he was stoned. When he was stoned, that's what happened. He went up to the third heaven. The Most High showed him everything and sent him back. That's why he said, I'd rather be with Christ in another verse. Because he saw it. He showed it to him. And then he sent him back. Imagine that. You see the kingdom. You like, whoo! I made it! Then
You got to go back.
you see everybody. Ah, God! Why? Oh, man. Read that.
Verse 3.
Uh-huh.
And I knew such a man, whether in the body or out of the body.
Read.
I cannot tell.
Uh-huh.
God knoweth.
Read.
How that he was caught up into paradise.
He was caught up into paradise. Read.
And heard unspeakable words.
Uh-huh.
Which it is not lawful for a man to utter.
Read.
Of such in one will I glory. Yet of myself I will not glory.
Uh-huh.
But in mine infirmities.
But in his infirmities. He said he's not going to glory in what he saw, but he is going to glory in his infirmities. Why? Read.
For though I would desire to glory, I shall not be a fool.
Uh-huh.
For I will say the truth. But now I forbear, lest any man should think of me above that which he seeth me to be.
Read.
Or that he heareth of me.
He said, even though I've been up to the third heaven, even though y'all see me break down the scriptures, I got all this understanding. Christ taught me face to face. Don't think of me higher than what I am. Why? Read.
Unless I should be exalted above measure.
He said, unless I be exalted above measure, read.
Through the abundance of the revelations.
Uh-huh.
There was given to me a thorn in the flesh.
Paul was given a thorn in the flesh. Read.
The messenger of Satan.
Uh-huh.
To buffet me.
To do what?
To buffet me.
So, I'm pretty sure Paul prayed for to be humble. I guarantee you he prayed to be humble because he was a wise man. He was taught by Christ. He had the spirit of Christ in him. So, guess what? The only way he was to be humbled was he had to deal with evil concupiscences. He had to have certain infirmities etched in him. If not, he would have thought he was all that. This is a prime example. When you're praying for something, it's answered, but not in the way you want it. Read.
Lest I should be exalted above measure.
Read.
For this thing I besought the Lord thrice.
You see that? He kept praying to the Lord. 3 times, Lord, please. 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 Read.
that it might depart from me.
Uh-huh.
And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee.
Christ said, my grace is sufficient for thee. Read.
For my strength is made perfect in weakness.
Uh-huh.
Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me.
So, because of that, he had to rely on Christ. He knew he wasn't perfect. If Christ didn't do what he did, he would receive death. He would receive death because he couldn't overcome that thing at that time. But Christ said, my grace is sufficient for thee. He was fighting through it. Go ahead, you had something?
No, that's it. Oh,
No, I'm talking about Yahweh had something.
Yeah, go to Galatians chapter 4 and verse 13. I love that right there because what's interesting is if you notice, he dealt with lust, right? A lot of the counsel he gave was on what? To avoid lust. But he wasn't going to be able to do that unless the Lord didn't what? Try his spirit in it, right? Galatians 4:13.
The book of Galatians, chapter 4 and verse 13. Ye know how through infirmity of the flesh,
despite that he was dealing with that lust and he was praying to the Lord, read.
I preached the gospel unto you at the first.
He still did the work. It didn't hinder him. So when the Lord is giving him grace, he didn't sit back and let the sin overtake him. Instead, it empowered him. Went through the scriptures, and now I can teach the next brother what to avoid. What he said in 1 Corinthians 7, to avoid fornication, do what? Get married. Or do the work, but don't let the sin overtake you. That showed that the power of Christ was in him. Read.
Verse 14, in my temptation, which was in my flesh, ye despise not.
Nobody can despise it because he was honest about what he was dealing with. He was open about it, and he taught against it. Read.
Nor rejected, but received me as an angel of God, even as Christ Jesus.
So they received the message from Paul because he was sincere. He was honest and open about the sin he dealt with. He spoke it openly, and did what he did. He used the power of the scriptures of Christ to teach against it to get it off of him.
All praises. All praises. We played the video. So now I want to give you an example. Job chapter 1, verse 1. Then we're going to jump to 6.
This is the book of Job, chapter 1 and verse 1. There was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job, and that man was perfect.
Hold on. They told me only Christ was perfect.
And that man was perfect.
Interesting. Understand. What's the difference between Job and Christ? Who can tell me? Who can tell me? It's an easy answer. Because it says he was perfect. Christ was what? Sinless. So can you be perfect with God? Absolutely. Perfection with God ain't shooting 100 out of 100. That ain't perfection to the Most High. Give me that 1 Kings 8, 61.
61, yep.
You can be perfect. You're not going to be sinless, but you can be perfect. Two different things. But most Christians don't understand that. That's why the second we come out there teaching, have you sinned? Yeah. And? Read.
1 Kings chapter 8 and verse 61. Let your heart therefore be perfect.
Let what?
Let your heart therefore be perfect.
Right. Paul is a perfect example of that. He said he thought the Lord 3 times. Lord, please remove this from me. All of us fighting with different battles, and sometimes we succumb. Guess what? Pick it up, keep moving. The problem is when you become the Christian church and you say, it's just fine. Nah, you ain't got to try to keep the commandments. Can't nobody do that. Put them commandments down, put the pants on, get the pork chop, and let's get it cracking. Cue the organ. No. Right. No. Read it again.
Let your heart therefore be perfect with the Lord our God.
Read.
To walk in his statutes and to keep his commandments as at this day.
As at this day. So when your mind is in tune with the Most High to keep his commandments, you are perfect at that time. You are perfect. It's when your mind is fully set to do evil. That's when, the Most High can't acknowledge that. He don't accept that. And a lot of our brothers and sisters, their minds and hearts is fully set on evil. They ain't fighting the fight. They ain't trying to overcome nothing. They just give in to whatever show up every single time. Go back to Job 1:1.
Yes, sir. The book of Job, chapter 1 and verse 1. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was perfect.
And that man was perfect
and upright. And one that feared God.
He feared God
and eschewed evil.
And eschewed evil. Well, surely this man ain't go through nothing because he was perfect. So the Most High just looked at him. Oh, he perfect. All right, cool. Keep it moving. Let's find a nigga out there to play with. No, let's see what the Most High say. Jump down to verse 6.
Verse 6. Now, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord.
So the Most High, his angels show up. They got to give a report to the Most High. They walking all over the earth, seeing who can they mess with today. Read.
And Satan came also among them.
Hold on, and who?
And Satan came also among them.
So Satan talked to the Most High? I thought he got cast down from heaven. I thought him and Genuine and Drake and all their musical instruments, because he had a body of pipes. He was the first angel. He was majestic, and he was cast down to heaven. No, that's not in the scriptures. I don't know what the hell they be reading, Christian. Read.
Verse 7. And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou?
So he asking Satan, where you coming from? He said, what part of town you been on today, Satan? Read.
Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it.
So the Lord gave him free reign. That's what y'all got to understand. It's just like us being on slave ships. Who put us on slave ships? You see that? Some of y'all love the white man. Who put us on slave ships? The Most High God put us on slave. The white man ain't got no power. Right. Y'all get a white man too much power. You think he gonna put you think he could put LeBron James on a slave ship?
Too much credit.
Y'all know we had millions of LeBrons. Right. Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali. You think they can put us on a slave ship? Hell no.
I'm not getting on that ship.
Right. The Most High God allowed them to do that. If the white man was that powerful, he wouldn't have COINTELPRO.
Right.
He wouldn't have the FBI, CIA. They still scared of us to this day.
Right.
To this day. The white man ain't have nothing to do with us going on slave ships. That's the Most High God. Understand that. How you got 100 of us outside working on the plantation and one little measly white man got all of us scared? Come on, man. I don't seen Jake go crazy at the job over nothing.
Yep.
One Jake. Hell no, I ain't taking this. Going crazy. And the boss is scared. But you mean to tell me we got 100 of us in the heat? No food? No woman?
Shit.
Castrated? You seeing your wife raped by the master and nothing happened? Come on, man. You got to be kidding me.
Hey, Cap, the prime example, look at the riots back in 2020.
There you go.
We burnt down this place, unrepentant Jake. But that's a prime example. Remember, Christ told a white man to his face, Pilate, you could do nothing except my Father give you power.
There you go. There you go. That's the Most High. That is the Most High that allowed that to happen. Understand, don't ever give credit to no Edomite. Now, he is who the Most High used. Right. The Most High used them, but it was not them. So don't ever get it twisted. Don't ever get it twisted. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Psalm 17 and 13. Make sure y'all good on that, because y'all was ready to yell out Esau. Hell no.
Damn.
Esau ain't got no authority.
The book of Psalms, chapter 17 and verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
Which is thy sword. Just like the Most High don't do nothing. When the Most High created Christ, who created the earth and the heavens? in everything.
Right.
Christ did. Likewise, you think the Most High say, yeah, I'm going to go down here and put them on slave ships. No. He said, all right, I use y'all to do that. I use y'all to punish him. That's what he did. That's why there's nothing we can do about it until we get our minds right and our hearts right.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
So, from there, go back to Job 1 and 6.
The book of Job, chapter 1 and verse 6.
We was at 7, I think?
Yes, sir, verse 7. And the Lord said unto Satan, actually verse 8.
Okay.
Verse 8. And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job?
He said what?
Hast thou considered my servant Job?
Hast thou considered my servant Job? I want y'all to think. This the Most High God. It should be an honor. You should want the Most High to look down on you and say, I got this major tribulation, major trial coming. Let me see. Have you considered such and such? Have you considered such and such? And if you are considered, are you ready to handle whatever it is that's sent your way? You got to ask yourself that. Read.
That there is none like him in the earth.
Uh-huh.
A perfect and upright man.
Uh-huh.
One that feareth God and escheweth evil.
So he said, hey, I got somebody you can test. This brother right here, he perfect. Let me see what you guys say and show me your best shot. Read.
Verse 9. Then Satan answered the Lord and said, doth Job fear God for naught?
He said, does he fear you for nothing? He got everything. Everything's perfect. Of course he love you, Lord. So the Most High say, oh, that's what you think it is? Read.
Hast not thou made an hedge about him
Uh-huh.
and about his house and about all that he hath on every side?
Uh-huh.
Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land.
Uh-huh.
But put forth thy hand now and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord.
So, who brought all the evil we about to read about on Job? The Most High. He said you can do whatever you want, just don't kill him. So a lot of times you seeing things getting jacked up left and right. You like, man, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. What is going on? The Most High is trying you. He's trying you. He want to see what you going to do. Go ahead, Cap. You got something? He want to see what you going to do when it gets real. Because anybody, in the day of prosperity, there's a forgetfulness of poverty. But when you're in poverty, you forget all the prosperity. So you got to put different trials in our way at different times. Jump down to verse 18.
Verse 18. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house.
Mm-hmm.
And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the four corners of the house.
Uh-huh.
And it fell upon the young men,
Uh-huh.
and they are dead.
Read.
And I only am escaped alone to tell thee.
Uh-huh.
Verse 20. Then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground
Uh-huh.
and worshipped and said, naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither.
Read.
The Lord gave, and the Lord have taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord.
So the first trial came. Did he crumble?
Nope.
Nope. He said, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. The Lord give, the Lord take away. Cool. Because he understand. All the blessings come from who? The Most High. All the curses come from who? The Most High. So who am I to say something, to oppose what's going on? I'm just a vessel that he created.
Verse 22. In all this Job sinned not,
Uh-huh.
nor charged God foolishly.
So he didn't sin. Job didn't sin, even though his kids put to death. Read.
Job chapter 2 and verse 1. Again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord.
Uh-huh.
And Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord.
Read.
And the Lord said unto Satan, from whence comest thou?
Mm-hmm.
And Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it.
Read.
And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth God, and escheweth evil. And still he holdeth fast his integrity.
You see that? He said he still hold fast his integrity. I let you challenge him. He was still upright. A lot of us, the first trial we get, we running up out of here. The first trial you get, you drop the workload. The first trial you get, man, we got to get a divorce. God, she ain't listen to me. What happened? I told her to make baked chicken. She made fried chicken. What? Get the hell out of here, man. I heard some crazy stories.
Yeah, right.
Crazy stories. Go ahead.
Although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause. And Satan answered the Lord and said, Skin for skin. Yea, all that a man hath will he give for his life. But put forth thy hand now, and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face.
So Satan said, yeah, all that's good. He said, let me touch his body, though. Let me touch his body and see what he do. Read.
Verse 6, And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, he is in thine hand.
He said, you can do whatever you want.
But save his life.
Just don't kill him.
So went Satan forth from the presence of the Lord, and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his foot unto his crown. And he took him a potsherd to scrape himself withal. And he sat down among the ashes. Then said his wife unto him, Dost thou still retain thy integrity? Curse God and die.
So, who showed up now? His wife. His wife showed up now. Say, hey, that God ain't looking too good right about now. Trial's going to show up. It'll be your own family. But you got to keep your integrity. You got to keep your integrity and keep it moving. They may not see what you see. They may not understand what you understand. Read.
Verse 10. But he said unto her, Thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of God? And shall we not receive evil? In all this did not Job sin with his lips?
Job still ain't sinned. Job still has not sinned. When things are going all haywire, everything's bad, he ain't giving up. Now, from there, go ahead, Cap.
Hey, Cap, so what you showing there, especially in verse 9 and 10, that not just his trial affected him, but it also affected his wife. And I want to read something right quick. Go to 1 Peter 3, because I remember Bishop used to go over this with us a lot. 1 Peter 3 and 7. Dwell with them according to knowledge.
Let's go.
And he would say this. We know that the scriptures say the wife is the weaker vessel, right? And he would say, you got to build your wife up for times like this so that she don't go astray. She don't get weak and fade. Because what if Job started to get weak? Right. She's the last line of defense for him. So he got to be building her up in the scriptures. Get that?
Yes, sir. The book of 1 Peter, chapter 3 and verse 7. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge.
The knowledge is the scriptures. Go ahead.
Giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life.
Listen to that. Being heirs together. Right there, she was being in opposition. She telling him, you still gonna retain your integrity? Do you see what happened? I done lost my babies. We losing our riches. Do something, John. Right. For all of y'all that seen John Q, y'all know what I'm talking about. Right. She was losing it.
Yep.
But that's why you got to dwell with them according to knowledge and build them up for times like this.
Go to Job 42 and verse 7.
The book of Job, chapter 42 and verse 7. And it was so that after the Lord had spoken these words unto Job, the Lord said to Eliphaz the Temanite, My wrath is kindled against thee and against thy two friends, For ye have not spoken of me the thing that is right, as my servant Job hath. Therefore take unto you now 7 bullocks and 7 rams, and go to my servant Job, and offer up for yourselves a burnt offering. And my servant Job shall pray for you. For him will I accept, lest I deal with you after your folly, and that ye have not spoken of me the thing which is right, like my servant Job. So Eliphaz the Temanite, and Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Nemathite went and did according as the Lord commanded them. The Lord also accepted Job.
Keep reading.
And the Lord turned the captivity of Job.
Hold on, and what?
And the Lord turned the captivity of Job.
Read.
When he prayed for his friends. Also the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before.
Read.
Then came there unto him all his brethren, and all his sisters, and all they that had been of his acquaintance before, and did eat bread with him in his house.
Read.
And they bemoaned him, and comforted him over all the evil that the Lord had brought upon him. Every man also gave him a piece of money, and every one an earring of gold.
Read.
So the Lord blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning.
So the question is, he was perfect already. But would he have been what he became if he didn't go through those trials? No. No. So even wherever level you at and you think you got everything together, guess what? There's more to go. There's more levels to go. Keep reading.
Verse 12. So the Lord blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning. For he had 14,000 sheep and 6,000 camels and 1,000 yoke of oxen and 1,000 she-asses. He had also 7 sons and 3 daughters. And he called the name of the first Jemimah, and the name of the second Keziah, and the name of the third Karen Hapuch. And in all the land were no woman found so fair as the daughters of Job. And their father gave them inheritance among their brethren. After this lived Job 140 years, and saw his sons, and his sons' sons, even 4 generations. So Job died, being old and full of days.
So Job is a perfect example of passing the test, passing the trial. He didn't allow it to take him over. So let's do the flip side. Mark 4 and verse 4. Read it.
The book of Mark, chapter 4 and verse 4. And it came to pass.
14,
verse 14. The sower soweth the word. And these are they by the wayside, where the word is sown. But when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately.
But what happens?
Satan cometh immediately.
Read.
And taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts.
That's what happened to a lot of people. That's what happens to a lot of people. We at camp, we teaching. Second the word come out, gone. They listening, they trying to understand. Okay, so you say, okay, Jesus is black, this or that. And then the big mouth black woman show up. No, they're a hate group. They this and that. Don't listen to them. Oh, yeah, now y'all is a hate group. Oh, yeah. I forgot. Y'all that same group that y'all blitzed Pastor Pam church. Thank you, black mouth sister. Appreciate you. Can you give me a ride home? No, nigga. That's what happens to our people. Keep reading.
Verse 16. And these are they likewise, which are sown on stony ground, who, when they have heard the word, immediately receive it with gladness.
A lot of our people make it further than that. When they hear the word, they receive it with gladness. They come into the school, read.
And have no root in themselves.
But they don't have any root. They don't have any root. They just come in because they like the way it sound. They like the way it look, the order, the structure, the colors, whatever. Read.
And so endure but for a time.
They only endure for a time. I remember when I was in Tallahassee, we had one of the smallest schools in IUIC, and we had a stack of papers because we used to keep all the visitors. We had a stack about this big of brothers that done came in to the body, literally, because we like, hey, we ain't got no people in here. We could bring the people in, but the Lord got to keep them. It wasn't time. Literally stacked this big. We like, golly. Why? Because they did not have no root. They did not have a root. Bishop Kanai, you say it all the time. I can't go home with you and read the Bible with you every night. I can't do that. You got to do that on your own. On the streets, I can give you the basics to get you in here, but after that, it's on you. I can't make you a soldier. I can't make you a good wife. I can't make you a good husband. You have to do that. Read that verse again.
Verse 17. And have no root in themselves. And so endure but for a time.
They only endure for a time. Read.
Afterward, when affliction or persecution.
When affliction comes. What's affliction? What's another word for the affliction? The trial. When the trials come, when the third Thursday in November show up, and Big Mama got them yams, and them hog maws, and them sweet potatoes, and that turkey, the second it show up, you like, oh, Lord, what I'm supposed to do?
Hell no.
What we gonna do? What we gonna do, master? You don't forgot all your teachings. Now you got to show up. Instead of standing firm, you don't forgot everything. Why? Because you ain't rooted. You ain't read the scriptures. No fellowship with the unfruitful works. You ain't read that. You ain't read where it says separate yourselves. Nah, you just here. You just smiling, laughing, and giggling. Ain't paying attention in the circle. You just here. Go ahead.
Hey, Cap, and you know what's heavy about that? At some point, you get to a point where the pagan holidays, you can overcome it. What do you do when death happens in your family? Because when death happens, that's another trial. You got your family around you, persuading you here, persuading you there. Now you get to examine yourself. Am I going to lean towards the congregation, my real family, or am I going to go back out there in my worldly family? But this is what happens, though, when affliction comes. Because as you grow in your spirit, right, it ain't just going to be easy stuff like come keep Halloween, come keep Christmas. It's going to be some death stuff happening. It's going to be birth happening. All these things going to start happening to you, real life examples. And now you get tested to see, are you going to trim your ways to seek love?
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, and verse 33.
Let's go.
Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways.
Because you know better. You know exactly what you need to do. But you know how you know you trimming? When you come up and say things like, well, I'm not going to eat it on Thanksgiving. I mean, what if I eat it Friday? It's leftovers. What are you really doing right now? But that's what your mind starts to do. Now you're trimming your ways because who you trying to please? Them. You trying to please your unbelieving family because you're worried about what? Losing them. Y'all understand that? But when you do that, what are you teaching them? You're teaching them an evil lesson. And the Lord holds you accountable for that because guess what? Their blood is on your hands because you knew better. You told them, I'm an Israelite. You've been blasting them in the scriptures. But here come the plate of food or whatever it might be when that trial comes and now you go after them and you turn your back on the Lord. A lot of times we fail to realize when you repent and say you're an Israelite, you done drew a line in the sand and said, I'm on this side with God. So the moment you do that, the devil's like, okay, you are op. I got to come try you now. That's what a lot of us fail to realize.
Yeah, let me get Ezekiel 14 because you said death. It's not just death. You can have your children that grow up that you fed, little baby, oh, little bitty baby, my beautiful baby. I'm going to be just like my daddy. I'm going to do this, that, and the third. And then this truth separates them. And now you got to deal with that. You got to deal with mama. Is mama going to get weak? You know what I'm saying? Because this word will separate families. And that's what he said in Matthew. But I want you to read, give me Ezekiel 14. I want you to read 7 and jump down to 14.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 14, and verse 7. For every one of the house of Israel, or of the stranger that sojourneth in Israel, which separated himself from me,
So those that separate themselves from the Lord, go ahead.
and setteth up his idols in his heart, and putteth the stumbling block of his iniquity before his face, and cometh to a prophet to inquire of him concerning me, I, the Lord, will answer him by myself.
The Lord gonna answer you. The Lord gonna answer you. See, we think we can fight for them, but he said all souls are mine. He said he gonna answer them. Just read 8 and then jump down.
Yes, sir. Verse 8. Verse 8. And I will set my face against that man, and will make him a sign and a proverb, and I will cut him off from the midst of my people.
There you go.
And ye shall know that I am the Lord.
So it's out your hands. You can't do nothing. He belong to the Lord. She belong to the Lord. Now read 14.
Verse 14. Though these 3 men, Noah, Daniel, and Job, were in it, they should deliver but their own souls by their righteousness, saith the Lord God.
And that's what happened, what we just read in Job. Job went, he besought the Lord on behalf of his children. They were still taken away.
Fire precept. Mark, yep. Mark 17 again. Read that again so we get the point back.
The book of Mark, chapter 4, and verse 17. And have no root in themselves.
Have no root in themselves. Read.
And so endure but for a time.
They only endure for a time. They only endure for a time. You brothers and sisters that been here, y'all done seen a lot come, seen a lot go. A lot of brothers come, a lot of brothers go. It is what it is. They only endure for a time. But no, for a surety, everybody got different pockets of sin that they ain't able to overcome. Maybe your wife, maybe your job, maybe your spouse, maybe whatever it is. But they were overcome by something. They weren't able to pass the test that was sought before them. When the Lord put that trial in front of them, they ran. They didn't stand bold like they supposed to. Give me that Proverbs 24 and 10 real quick. Proverbs 24 and 10.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 24 and verse 10. If thou faint in the day of adversity.
If you faint in the day of adversity, read.
Thy strength is small.
Your strength is small. We say this all the time in the sports world. We say big time players make big time plays in big time games. That's what it is. So if you're in the truth, guess what? If you're a prophet, you're going to stand up like a prophet when the time presents itself. If not, you ain't a prophet. It is what it is. Because all our forefathers in the past, they all was big-time players. When Moses had to show up to Pharaoh, he said, Lord, what I do? He said, I don't give a damn what you do. I give you Aaron. Go make it happen. He went. When Joseph was thrown in the pit, he made it happen. Famine was coming, he made it happen. When Paul realized he was wrong, everything, he said, shit, what it is, I count it all dung. Whatever you tell me to do, I'm blind. When he got knocked off the horse, he said, all right, cool, this is what I got to do. It is what it is. When Stephen was cutting them up, Stephen didn't stop and say, oh, hold on. I think they might stone me. Nah, he kept prophesying. Right. Y'all understand that? Sir. So when your trial come, understand, all your forefathers, all your foremothers stood up. They all stood up to evil. They didn't faint when it got hard. They didn't faint when things weren't going their way. When Job lost everything, he didn't say, well, all right, well, that was a good run. No. He said, hey, the Lord give us good and evil. So, from there, go to Sirach 2 and 1. We're going to read 1 to 5.
Let's go.
The book of Sirach in the Apocrypha, chapter 2 and verse 1.
And I always meditate on this scripture because your trials come at different times. Your trials come at different times at different levels as you get built up. And as they come, like I say, the Lord don't give you a trial until you are ready to pass it. So the little things that y'all go through, you can get over it. Whatever it is, you can get over it. He wouldn't put it in front of you if you couldn't. I remember, this is a very small thing. I remember my first job, because when I came in, that was the first year I was being a professional, my first year teaching, My first year. Y'all know when y'all wear fringes, you're a little nervous to wear fringes? I don't know. It may not be like that no more. Because the truth is way bigger than how it is now. I mean, than how it was. But nobody else wore fringes on the job. I'm the only person. I'm just wearing fringes. So you know the scriptures say, where you supposed to put the border blue? On top, right? I had a white shirt. I had white fringes. I was like, hey, I put the white fringes on it. You really can't see it that much. So I put the ribbon under, put the fringes on. Cap said, hey, you got to put the ribbon on top. I said, yeah. Oh, yeah, you right. I put it on top. But you wear it the first time on the job and you realize nobody care. Nobody don't pay attention. They see it. And if they do see it, they like you. They like. They don't want to notice that they looking at your fringes either. So, but it's things that you make in your mind that ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. Now it's funny. Now I wear fringes. I put fringes on everything. And it's just like when people see it, they look. I look at them. They look at me. And I've been working in a job where everybody got a uniform. So everybody got the same thing on. And they're like. Yeah, I remember. So, quick story real quick. In the words of Bishop. What do you say? Got a story? Here you go. Last job. New guy on the job. He see me. He noticing my shirt. He see everybody else got the same shirt. But my shirt is different. He look again the next day. Look again there. He come back the next day. So you an Israelite, huh? He say, so why everybody don't teach that? I said, because if they teach that, me and you wouldn't be working here. Because I worked at a Christian school. He's like, okay, respect. So they notice. But only the smart people gonna go look it up. And guess what? When they go, you can give them a little breakdown look because they inquiring. They got inquiring mind. So you might give them a little breadcrumb, see what they pick it up or if they put it down. But the point of the story is, I could overcome wearing fringes at that time. That ain't nothing big. Y'all understand what I'm saying? He only gonna give you a trial that you can obtain. Sirach 2:1.
The book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure. And make not haste in time of trouble.
And make not haste in time of trouble. Read.
Cleave unto him.
Do what?
Cleave unto him.
The scripture says, cleave unto him. Don't run away. Don't run away. Cleave unto the Most High. Read.
And depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Read.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully.
Do it how?
Take cheerfully.
Whatever is brought upon you, take it cheerfully. I don't see a lot of brothers in this truth. That depression, soft, woe is me spirit. No. The brothers in purple know. You can't be around me too long with that spirit. It ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. Read it again.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. And be patient.
And be what?
Be patient.
Be patient.
When thou art changed to a low estate.
So he ain't saying maybe this going to happen. He says when it happens. It ain't by chance that the trial is going to come. Just like 1 Peter said, right? It said, think it not what?
Strange.
Don't think it's strange. Right here it's saying, when you are changed to a lower state, it may not be financially. It may be spiritually. It may be in your relationship. It may be on the job. It may be your status. Whatever. When you change to a lower state, read.
Verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire.
You got to understand the Most High is purging us. Whatever it is that's inside of us, he's purging something that's inside of you. That's why he's taking you through that trial. Read.
For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
You see that? In the furnace of adversity. In the furnace of adversity. To this day, I can see some of my old teammates, my old coaches, 15, 20 years ago. And we got a mutual respect among each other because of the workouts that we used to go through. 4 o'clock in the morning, running a mile, running a 60,000 foot stadium, all these different things. You have a certain level of respect when you go through those things. Likewise, How is Christ going to respect you sitting at his right hand or sitting in the kingdom if you don't go through nothing? Y'all understand that? Yes, sir. It's only right. You're going to get the kingdom of heaven, everlasting life, rulership, riches, all of that for nothing? And you ain't going to go through nothing? That don't make sense. So why are you upset when things ain't going your way on this earth? When you got to take the test 5 times to pass it. When you know Esau ain't half as good as you and he make 3 times what you make. What you upset for? This ain't your kingdom. This ain't your kingdom. This is what's necessary on this earth. From there, go to Job chapter 4 and verse 4.
The book of Job, chapter 4 and verse 4. Thy words have upholden him that was falling.
So your words have upholden him that's fallen. These are you brothers, you sisters that give advice, that give counsel when they need help. Read.
Verse 4, thy words have upholden him that was falling, and thou hast strengthened the feeble knees.
And you have strengthened the feeble knees. You go to the streets, you teach brothers. Brothers say they dealing with smoking. You give them all the precepts. They say they don't know their nationality. You go through Deuteronomy 28. They say they have a wife that's rebellious. You show them all the submission scriptures. You get them built up. All that stuff. Read.
Verse 5. But now it is come upon thee.
But now that trial has come upon you. Read.
And thou faintest.
And you faint. Now when you got to go through something in your life, you know where to be found. You don't show up to the Sabbath. You ain't answering the phone. We check Telegram. It say 4 days ago. You finally show up to the Sabbath. Where you been at? Yeah, bro, I was dealing with this and that. What? Didn't you give me the precept to say this and say that? Now you going through a trial. You know where to be found. Damn, homie. Last week you was the man, homie. Now you got to apply the precepts. You can't do it. Read that again.
But now it is come upon thee.
I know I'm getting old now. That song was like 30 years old. It's crazy. Young brothers don't know what I'm talking about. Like, who is that? 50 Cent. Look him up. He was a cold man. He's a cold man back in the day. Hey, that's crazy. 50 Cent is oldies. Y'all know that? That's oldies. Sorry, Cap. You got the extra oldies now, man. Quiet Storm. Minnie Riperton. and what's my man? Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. That's classical music now. That's classical music. So, read that verse one more time.
But now it is come upon thee, and thou faintest.
Now it's come upon you, and you faint. Read.
It toucheth thee.
Now it touched you. Read.
And thou art troubled.
And now you troubled. But you told me to prepare my soul for temptation. You told me, thinking not strange, that the fiery trial has come. Now you going through it, and you ain't got no answers, no solutions. Sirach 1 and 29.
The book of Sirach, chapter 1 and verse 29. Be not an hypocrite.
Don't be a hypocrite.
In the sight of men. And take good heed what thou speakest.
Take good heed what you speak. The Lord take everything, all the angels take everything back to him. You speak very proud. He like, all right, we gonna see if you about what you talking about. Let me touch this, let me touch that. Let me see what you about. Read.
Verse 30, exalt not thyself, lest thou fall.
Read.
And bring dishonor upon thy soul. And so God discover thy secrets, and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation. Because thou camest not in truth to the fear of the Lord. But thy heart is full of deceit.
But your heart is full of deceit. 1 Corinthians 10:13.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 13. They have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man.
Ain't nothing you go through that ain't common to man. What does that mean? Everything you go through, somebody else been through it. Right. Your wife left you, happened. Fired on the job, happened. Family don't want to talk to you no more, Happened. Oh, your wife had a miscarriage? Happened. Oh, you got cancer? Happened. Foot amputated? Happened. Your wife changed up the macaroni and cheese recipe? Happened. Damn. Yeah, man. My wife used to do that all the time when we was young. I'm like, why did you change the recipe? Oh, I wanted to see if you liked it. Like, what? Right. She was young then. She know now. Just keep it the same. But ain't nothing you going to go through that ain't somebody ain't already went through. Understand that. Rent late. Eviction notice on. Okay, yeah, we've been there. Right. Overdrafted account. It is what it is. These things have happened. It ain't the end of the world. You got to what?
You got to pick a bill.
Yeah, right. Got to pick which bill you want to pay? All right, let's see. If I pay $75 on this one, I can pay the full amount on this one. Keep the lights on up until this day so I can still work. Then I got just enough gas. All right, cool. I'm going to do it like that.
Get me through the week.
It is what it is. And then I got to hit up Hakeem. He still owe me $20, so I can take them 20. It been there. It is what it is. And I got reward points at McDonald's, so I ain't going to need lunch. So I'm good.
Got that app.
Kids eat free on Wednesday, so we can go there. You got to make it work. You got to make it work. We've been there, done that. We the Israelites.
Right.
We the Israelites.
Right.
Can't kill us.
Yeah.
So, all of us have been through it. Read that verse all the way through.
There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape.
He will also make a way to escape. Romans chapter 8 and verse 35. Romans chapter 8 and verse 35. So, trials, a test or takeover. Every trial, you can overcome it. You can get what you're supposed to get from it, or you can allow it to take you over, and you can run and flee. Read that.
Romans chapter 8 and verse 35. Who shall separate us from the love of Christ?
So, at the end of the day, what is going to separate you from the love of Christ, from what he did? He died on the cross for us. And you're going to let a temporary trial separate you from the kingdom of heaven?
Hell no.
You got to think about that. Am I going to let this moment separate me from eternity? And when I say a moment, that may be a month. It may be 6 months. It may be a year. Whatever it is, it ain't eternity. I can guarantee you that much. It ain't eternity. Read that again.
Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation?
Shall what?
Tribulation.
Shall tribulation, read.
Or distress.
Or distress.
Or persecution.
Or persecution.
Or famine.
Or famine.
Or nakedness.
Or nakedness.
Or peril.
Or peril.
Or sword.
Or sword. He's saying, shall any of this separate us from what is awaiting us? What's the answer, brothers? Nothing. Nothing. Nothing should separate us from the love of Christ. Understanding that there's no trial but a trial that is common to man. Understanding that it says in Sirach 2 and 1, to prepare your soul for temptation. Understanding in 1 Peter that think it not strange that these things are going to happen. So none of these things, when it happened, you can't say you wasn't warned. You can't say you wasn't warned and equipped with the answers to the questions before you take the test. Because he ain't going to put you in that situation if you're not ready. Video 3, and we out.
Gives his hardest battles to his strongest soldiers. Whether it's the creator, the universe, or life, he'll put hardships and obstacles in your path. You'll need to become who you're meant to be. If you're watching this video, it's not a coincidence. God has an important message for you. There will be times when you wonder what you've done to deserve this, when you'll be overwhelmed by the suffering that comes into your life and makes you want to quit. But always remember that the hardest moments are actually the ones that you will learn from the most. Embrace these moments because God is teaching you how to stay resilient and persevere in life. You never realize how strong you are until being strong is your only choice. Soon you will realize that some of your greatest pains will become your greatest strengths. So remember, don't let the pains and hardships take over your life. You have power over your mind, not outside events. God gives his hardest battle.
All right, so with that, we say shalom.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word